Next question from Zachary Sykes on Instagram. Pato, I'm going to come to you with this first, but I'd love to hear from everyone. Would we even need Mark Nawaqanitawase, back from Rugby League, since we have Jorgo, Peach, Potter, Kells? There's obviously a lot of talk about what Mark Nawaqanitawase does with his next contract, which ends at the end of next year with the Roosters, and if he'd come back to rugby for the 2027 Rugby World Cup.
Yeah, well, it's an interesting one. Talent-wise, we've obviously got plenty of talent. They're proving it at the moment in those back three positions.
I also left off Corey Toole. There's another.
Yeah, exactly. Depth, and Mark is obviously killing it in league, proving to be really well suited to league. Actually, all the bits and pieces that they like in a winger: finishing, power, aerial game. He's got that nice kind of ability to just chance his hand too, that a lot of league wingers don't necessarily want to do, run down the sideline, all that sort of stuff. The short answer to that is it's going to be a money question. Like, Mark is probably going to be coming back to the table if Rugby Australia begin negotiating with probably with a higher asking price than he left. And you're looking at at the time it felt like you got Joseph Suali's big paycheck on the table, and Max Jorgensen is only going to be worth more money when he comes off contract at the end of next year as well. So, putting it simply, I think having those three guys, if Mark's going to start to be a marquee kind of price tag, I'm not sure you're going to be able to afford all three, and then you're going to come back to a decision about which two you're going to prioritise. So, probably, Mark is going to have the ability to earn more money playing rugby league or potentially overseas. So if we're going to see Mark return to the Wallabies in 2027, it might be through that playing overseas and coming back through the ex-Giddo law provisions, kind of coming from overseas. So not sure. He does want to play rugby again, and he's spoken about that, and he has spoken about the allure of playing at a home World Cup, as a lot of players want to do. But whether it'll happen or not, I'm not sure.
Is that the strength of the position rugby's in, Hoops, that we have exceptional depth there with the names that Zachary's listed, and throw in Corey Toole, and then there's others as well. That's not the exhaustive list, but also the fact that there's the carrot of the Rugby World Cup. So if Mark really wants to come back, he's going to really want to come back rather than the game desperately trying to get him back.
No, they should desperately try and get him back, I believe. Yeah. Okay. What if you have 3 injuries? Then what are you doing? So they should desperately try and figure out a way to have Marky back. They should have him, if he's playing in the top 14, I've got no issue with that. Come back and be in a Wallaby jersey, no problem.
What sort of desperation are you talking about? Like throw everything you can to get him back?
Well, yeah, throw a great strategy at him. That's not just financial. We just talked about how we can't just throw and splash cash. I agree with that. So you can't just go and throw him Suali'i money. No, you can't do that. We don't have enough. So can you be really creative like they're being at the moment with Will Skelton? Yeah, they certainly can. Can he be going to play for La Rochelle and earn a truckload, and then he's in rugby union frame of mind and ready to come back here and perform in a home World Cup? I think they absolutely should be really trying to piece that together, because I think we saw it at the last World Cup. He was arguably one of the Wallabies' best players at that over in France. Had a really great season in the jersey there. And then we lose him, not too long after. The things he's doing on the footy field, you can't train that into guys. Like, that is sheer talent that would be great to be in a Wallaby jersey. I don't know what position that would be and where he could go and what he's learnt, because he certainly would have, I've heard some things he's talked about. He's had to challenge himself in a lot of different ways. I think he'd come back a different player. So absolutely they should be considering how they get someone like that back.
As someone who's played with him, are you at all surprised with the things he's producing, at least with ball in hand in rugby league?
No, I've never played with Suali'i, but he was the closest thing to Israel Folau I've seen.
Mark was.
Yeah. So just the way they move, the way they elevate, the way that, they take off the line, or there's a high ball, how, if I jump, it's like, it looks hard. Whereas like Mark jumps, they just sort of levitate up. Yeah. They've just got that power for days. And that was like Israel. So he was the closest I'd seen to that from a player that I played with. So I think his game understanding, I think, he's being very well coached by Trent Robinson, who's a fantastic coach. I think there's a lot to like about him being back in a Wallaby jersey.
That's a resounding endorsement. It is fantastic to watch him go about his business. He's been very eye-catching.